Good afternoon. Welcome to my class. I'm Teacher Irene, your science teacher for today.
So good afternoon, guys. So we will have a new lesson for today. But before that, okay, let's have the checking of attendance. You have to type your name in online using the wooklab.com and the code is MNPKFN. So let's go. So we have 28, a total of 28. We have 8 boys and 20 girls. Let's have first a prayer. May I call on the president of the class? Franz, can you please lead the prayer?
Let's bow our head and feel the presence of the Lord. Lord, help us in our work today. Give us concentration so that we may listen, understand, learn, and have a peaceful mind. And may we always remember that Jesus Christ is always with us. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Franz. So now let's have the online classroom rules. So first, you have to choose a quiet and comfortable place to study. You have to use your headphone to minimize noise, distraction, and clearly hear the audio. You have to mute your microphone when someone is presenting. Be respectful at all times. You have to turn on your video so that I can see you unless permitted to turn it off. You have to actively participate in the online discussion. You have to take down notes in all the important things given. Doing other things while attending online class is prohibited. So enjoy learning and let's have a game. We have the time to climb by their path. So here we have the title Race to the Top. To unlock the difficulties and recall to the previous topic on the Module 1 Lithosphere, the rocky skin of Earth, you have to answer the multiple choice questions using the online educational game nerpad.com with the code GZMVP. You will race to the top of the mountain against the clock by answering the 5 questions. The first student who climb will be the winner and will get the 10 points in the recitation. So let's go, guys. So we have 28 players, so let's start the game. So for question number 1, starting at the center, Earth is composed of 4 distinct layers. They are the inner core, the outer core, the mantle, and the crust. What is the rigid, solid layer that covers the Earth and is made up of crust and upper mantle? Okay, go! 3, 2, 1. So the leading player is we have Heart with a score of 953 points. Second question, lithosphere can be defined as the solid outer section of the Earth. Which of the following refers to the smaller section of Earth lithosphere? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, the leading player is we have Heart again with the points of 1,911 points. 3, 2, 1. Let's have the third question. For the third question, oceanic lithosphere is produced as ocean ridges, as pools, thickens, and increases in age as it moves away ridges. Which of the following statement about oceanic lithosphere is true? 1, 2, 3. Let's have number 4 question. A tectonic plate is also called lithospheric plate. It's a massive, irregularly shaped slab of solid rock, generally composed of both continental and oceanic lithosphere. Which of the following is not a primary tectonic plate? The leading player is Heart Acantilado with a score of 3878. Let's have the last question. The last question is, the outer shell of the Earth, the lithosphere, is divided into different plates. Which of the following is not used by scientists as basis for dividing lithosphere into several plates? Okay, so the winner is we have Heart Acantilado with a total score or points of 4,860 points. So Heart, you will get the 10 points in the recitation. So now let's go back to our PowerPoint presentation. So before we proceed with the discussion, you have to guess the title first. You have to guess the title of the lesson based from the picture. You have to type your answer in the chat box. The first one who will type the correct guess of the title will get the 10 points in the recitation. you have to wait for my go signal. I will type G in the chat box. Okay? So for the first word, for our clue word, the first word is about here on the first feature. The second word is the combination of the second feature and the third feature. The next word is in the fourth feature. Next word here. The fifth feature, next word, this one. Next word is, and the last word is this. So again, you have to wait first for my go signal. I will type the letter G. Okay, go. Okay, done. Okay, now, so what is the title for today's lesson? The title is Triangulation Method in Locating Epicenter of Earthquake. So the first one to type, the correct answer is, okay, we have Franz Corporal, Triangulation Method in Locating Epicenter of Earthquake. Okay, so Franz, congratulations, you have the 10 points in the recitation. Okay, so for the objective for today, so at the end of this lesson, you should be able to describe earthquake epicenter. You have to explain triangulation method in locating epicenter of earthquake. Locate the epicenter of an earthquake using the triangulation method. And the last one is appreciate the importance of locating the epicenter of an earthquake. So I prepared a comic dub here. You have to watch, and then after that, after you watch, you have to answer the guide question based on the comic dub, and you have to type your answer in booklab.com again, and you have to answer these 3 questions. So let's start. Let's watch the video.
Did you feel it? I was lying in the bed when the earthquake happened.
Yes, I felt it, and I heard in the news that 7 dead after that earthquake.
What? Oh no!
The earthquake that hit our country Philippines in the southern part of Mindanao has a magnitude of 6.6 and the epicenter reported at Tulunan town in Cotabato province.
The epicenter is the point in the Earth's surface vertically above the hypocenter or focus point in the crust where a seismic eruption begins.
It was also reported that several children in Tulunan were injured when their school collapsed.
We are prone to earthquakes since our country is located on the Pacific Ring of Fire, where about 90% of the world's earthquakes strike.
Many earthquakes of smaller magnitude occur very regularly due to the meeting of major tectonic plates in the Pacific Ring of Fire. According to the theory of tectonic plates, they collide or slide against each other, cause friction and heat that result earthquake.
You're right, when the plates lying past each other, either subducting plates or diverging plates. Subducting plates, where one tectonic plate is being driven under another, are associated with earthquake and volcanoes also.
So we must always be ready since our country Philippines is located in the Ring of Fire. Always remember the drop, cover, and hold on because these steps will and reduce risk of death and injuries.
Okay, you have to type your answer in booklab.com with the code of QTLLQG. Okay, let's go. Okay, very good, guys. So the first question here is what does the 2 character in the comic strip or the comic dub talking about? Some of you answered that the earthquake that hits. Okay, very good. Wants to answer number 1 question. Volunteer?
Ma'am.
Name, please.
Matos.
Yes, Matos.
Daniela.
Yes, Daniela. What's your answer for number 1?
The earthquake that hits southern Philippines island of Mindanao.
Okay, so the 2 characters talking about the earthquake that hits the southern Philippine island of Mindanao. So let's have question number 2. For question number 2, where is the earthquake epicenter and what does earthquake epicenter mean? So some of you answered that earthquake epicenter is on the Tulunan town in Cotabato, and you describe as earthquake epicenter is the point on the surface above the focus. Okay, who is the volunteer for number 2, guys? Name, please.
Bukod po,
Yes, Buko. Trisha, what's your answer for number 2?
in Tulunan town in Cotabato province po.
Yes, that's correct. That is in Tulunan town in Cotabato. And when we say epicenter, that is?
It is above the focus po.
Okay, when we say earthquake epicenter, that is the point in Earth's surface vertically above the hypocenter, or what we call the focus. or the point in the crust where a seismic rupture begins, right? Okay, let's have number 3 question. Why Philippines was prone to earthquake? So some of you answered that because Philippines is located in the Pacific Ring of Fire. Wow, it's correct. Okay, who is the volunteer for number 3 question? Any volunteer, guys? Name, please?
Si Chun po, ma'am.
Yes, it's Sean. What's your answer for number 3?
Because Philippines, ma'am, is located on Pacific Ring of Fire.
Okay, very good, Sichon, because Philippines is located on the Pacific Ring of Fire, and in which, where about 90% of the worst earthquakes strike in the Pacific Ring of Fire. Okay, now, so let's move on. Now, let's go back to our PowerPoint presentation. Let's have the activity number 1, earthquake epicenter. So you have to prepare the materials, cardboard. Can you please show the cardboard in the camera, guys? Cardboard. We have scissors, stapler, ruler, compass, string,
Marker.
and coins. Okay, very good, guys. So I prepared a video for the procedure. So let's watch the video.
Activity number 1, earthquake epicenter. For the materials, cardboard, scissors, stapler, ruler, compass, marker, and coins. For the procedures, number 1, cut the cardboard with the size of 24 by 24 inch. Number 2, fold the two sides of the cardboard. Number 3, connect the two sides by using a strip of the cardboard and a stapler to support and make the cardboard stand. Number 4, find or locate the center of the cardboard using the ruler. Draw a point on it. This will serve as the epicenter of the earthquake, which is in Tulunan Town in Cotabato Province. Use a compass to draw more circles around the center, a distance of 1 inch from each other. Number 5, use a compass to draw more circles around the center, a distance of 1 inch from each other. To make the circle more visible, mark it using a pen. Number 6, put coins on top of each other to represent buildings, schools, and houses. Place these coins in the center of the cardboard or epicenter, and to the other places or different location of the top of the cardboard. Number 7, last, tap the center or epicenter of the cardboard. Observe what happened and answer the guide questions. Although the ground beneath us seems solid, it's actually in constant motion. We usually don't see it, but we can experience it through earthquakes. Plates is a massive rock that make up the outer layer of the Earth's surface and whose movement along faults triggers earthquakes. Fault is a fracture in the rocks that make up the Earth crust. Pressure builds, and when the plates finally give and slip, energy is released as seismic waves, causing the ground to shake. This is an earthquake. Focus or hypocenter is the place inside the Earth crust where an earthquake originates or where an earthquake rupture starts. The point on the Earth's surface, directly above the focus, is the epicenter. When energy is released at the focus, seismic waves travel outward from the point in all directions. There are different types of seismic waves, each one traveling at varying speed and motion. These waves that you feel during an earthquake.
So here's the 5 guide questions to answer later. And you have 5 minutes to do the activity. So you have to start now. Yes, very good. So if you're done, you have to type done in the chat box. Again, if you're done, you have to type done in the chat box. Okay, Marcel, very good. Done. Chalmar, Erica, Franz, Lushan, Eward. Okay, very good. Very good, guys. Okay, now, you have to type your answer in the guide question using the online Socrative.com. You have to type the code is Evangelista 6727. So let's go, guys. And the first question is, what happened to the coins? The coins represent the buildings or the houses at the top of the epicenter. So here's the illustration. Okay, last one. So we have 28 students answered. Okay, let's show the answer. Oh, Daniela, it's destroyed or collapsed. Very good. Check. Micah, more damage or destruction. Check. Jalmar, it collapsed. Well, very good. Okay, who is the volunteer here who wants to answer number 1 or who wants to share her answer to the class? Volunteer, guys, name please.
Bernardo po.
Yes, Bernardo, what is your answer for number 1?
It caused more damage or destructions po.
Okay, very good, Bernardo. It caused more damage or more destruction at the top or at the center or at the epicenter. Okay, let's have number 2 question. Okay, 27 students give their answer to the question, what happened to the coins that represent the buildings or the houses that is away from the epicenter? So let's show your answer. Okay, it collapsed in the center. Check. Less damage. Very good, Justine. Carla, less damage. Very good. Reward. Sean, Daniela, very good. Okay, who is the volunteer? Give me a name, or who is the volunteer who wants to share her answer for number 2? Yes, name please.
Peña po.
Yes, Peña. What's your answer for number 2?
Miss Landes for this
Okay. So, the buildings that is away from the epicenter is less damage. They encounter or they experience less damage. Okay, let's have number 3 question. Okay, so for the third question, what is the importance of locating the epicenter of an earthquake? So, we have 26 students answered, and let's show your answers. Okay, according to Veloso, to be more aware and careful in any calamities, check na. Okay, according to Peña, identify the area which earthquake so that necessary precaution. Okay, check Peña. Okay, Aliana said, epicenter is important because they identifying areas which are prone to earthquake. I need a volunteer here for number 3 who will explain the answer or her answer for number 3. Anyone in the class, guys? Catalino, yes?
Catalino po.
Yes, Catalino?
Locating the earthquake's epicenter provides important data in identifying areas which are prone to earthquake.
Okay, very good, Erica. So now let's proceed with number 4 question. How to prevent or lessen the casualties due to earthquake? That's so 26 students answered. So let's show your answers. So according to Pika, it take a action and always be ready. Okay, yes, to prevent or lessen the casualties. And according to Lucille, you can move hospitals, school, and other buildings on high-risk areas. Okay, check. And according to Micah, we can construct earthquake-resistant buildings. Very good, Tangos. Okay, so for number 4, who is the volunteer or who wants to share her answer or his answer for question number 4? Yes, Hart?
To prevent or lessen the earthquake, we need to construct earthquake-resistant buildings.
Okay, very good, Hart. Okay, so for number 4 question, so to prevent or lessen the casualties due to earthquake, we can construct an earthquake-resistant buildings. We can move the schools, hospitals, and other essential buildings outside the high-risk area, and we have to make sure that there are adequate roads to quickly evacuate. Okay, let's have number 5 question. What are the precautions to remember before, during, and after the earthquake? So 27 students give their answer. Let's show the answers. Okay, according to Daniela, before, you have to secure some things that hang or heavy, and during to do the dam cover and pull, and after go someplace that safety for the aftershock. And for according to Vika, secure heavy furniture, and keep flammable or hazardous things. Okay, for number 5, I need a volunteer to state or to share her answer for this answer for number 5. Any volunteer, guys? Name, please. Yes, Christian. What's your answer for number 5?
The precautions presented before, during, and after an earthquake are we must do a dam cover and all.
Okay, very good, Christian. For the precautions to remember before, during, and after earthquake, when you are in outdoor, you have to move to a clear area and be away from signs, trees, electrical wires, buildings, and poles. You also know what we call the duct cover and pole, and you have to maintain emergency food, water, and other supplies, including a flashlight and a portable battery-operated radio, and extra batteries, medicine, and first aid kit and clothing. Okay, very good, guys. So now, have the activity number 2, locating the epicenter of an earthquake using the triangulation method. I prepared here a video to explain to you what do we mean or what is a triangulation method and how to locate the earthquake epicenter using the triangulation method. So let's watch the video.
How to find the epicenter of an earthquake. Scientists use triangulation method to find the epicenter of an earthquake. Triangulation is a way of determining something's location using the location of other things. It is used by geologists to find the locations of earthquakes. When seismic data is collected from at least 3 different locations, it can be used to determine the epicenter by where it intersects. An earthquake generates seismic waves that penetrate the earth as body waves, the P and S, or travel as surface waves, the love and Rayleigh. P wave is a primary body wave, the first seismic wave detected by seismograph, able to move through both liquid and solid rock. And S wave, the secondary body wave that oscillates the ground perpendicular to the direction of wave travel. They travel about 1.7 times slower than P waves. Because liquids will not sustain shear stresses, S waves will not travel through liquids like water, molten rock, or Earth's rotor core. S waves produce vertical and horizontal motion in the ground surface. And Rayleigh waves, surface waves that move in an elliptical motion, producing both a vertical and horizontal component of motion in the direction of wave propagation. Love wave is another surface waves that move parallel to the Earth's surface and perpendicular to the direction of wave propagation. Every earthquake is recorded on numerous seismographs located in different directions. A seismograph or seismometer is an instrument used to detect and record earthquakes. Each seismograph records the time when the first P waves and second, the S wave seismic waves arrive. A seismogram is a ground output by a seismograph. It is a record of the ground motion at a measuring station as a function of time. Seismogram typically record motion in 3 Cartesian axes. In math, that is the X, the Y, and the Z. With the Z axis perpendicular to the Earth's surface and the X and Y axis parallel to the surface. From that information, scientists can determine how fast the waves are traveling. Knowing this helps them calculate the distance from the epicenter to each seismograph. To determine the direction each wave travels, scientists draw circles around the seismograph location. The radius of each circle equals the known distance to the epicenter. Where these 3 circles intersect is the epicenter. Now let's have activity number 2, locating the epicenter of an earthquake using triangulation method. Let's go! For the materials on this activity, we have ruler, compass, pencil, and if not available, we will use an improvised geometric compass using string, map, and a calculator. Here's the procedures. Step 1. Obtain data from 3 seismic stations. The 3 seismic stations here is Batangas, Palawan, and Cagayan de Oro. This figure is a sample of seismograph reading of arrival time of P waves and S wave. The P wave arrives first before the S wave, since P waves travel faster than S waves. time, let's get the arrival time of P wave and the arrival time of S wave in Batangas. So here's the Batangas. So this is the P wave and this one is the S wave. So let's draw a line to get what is the time. So the time in second of the P wave is we have 8 seconds. And for the S wave, we have almost 34 seconds. Now let's proceed to Palawan. Let's get the arrival time of the P wave and the S wave. So again, let's draw a line to get the time. So this one is almost in 14 seconds. And for the S wave, we have, again, let's draw another line. So this one is in almost 64 seconds. And for Cagayan de Oro, this one is the P wave and then the S wave. So again, let's draw a line. So P wave it's arrived at 10 seconds. And while the S waves arrive at 44 seconds. For step number 2, we have to subtract the arrival time of P waves from S waves, or what we call the lag time. The formula for lag time, so lag time is equal to S wave arrival time minus P wave arrival time. So here we have, in Batangas, we have 34 minus 8 is equal to 26. So we have 26 seconds. Here we have 60, in Palawan, we have 64 seconds minus 14 is we have 50 seconds. And for Cagayan de Oro, we have 44 seconds minus 10 seconds is we have 34 seconds. Step number 3, we have to compute for the distance of the epicenter for each seismic station. We use the formula D is equal to lag time over 8 seconds times 100 kilometers. Let's get the distance epicenter in kilometer of Batangas first. So we have 26 seconds over 8 seconds times 100 kilometers is equal to 325 kilometers. So let's put it here. Next is we have the distance of Palawan. Let's get the distance of Palawan, which is 50 seconds over 8 seconds times 100 kilometers is equal to 625 kilometers. Let's put it here. And the last one is the in Cagayan de Oro is equal to 34 seconds over 8 seconds times 100 kilometers is equal to 425 kilometers. So let's put it here. Let's have step number 4. We have to convert this kilometer to centimeter. Let's use the scale as 1 centimeter is equal to 100 kilometers. So we have here 325 kilometers times, so to cancel the kilometers here, we have to write 100 kilometers here and 1 centimeter here. So cancel kilometers. So 325 times 1 over 100 is equal to 3.25 centimeter. Let's put 3.25 here. 3.25 centimeter. Next is for the Palawan, which is 625 kilometers times 1 cm over 100 kilometers. Cancel. So 625 times 1 over 100 is we have 6.25 cm. So let's put 6.25 cm here. And the last one is we have 425 kilometer times 1 cm over 100 kilometers. Cancel. So 425 times 1 divided by 100 is we have 4.25 cm. Step number 5. You have to draw a line from each seismic station using the computed distance. So here in Batangas, we have 3.25. For Palawan, we have 6.25. And for Cagayan de Oro, we have 4.25. Step 6. Draw a circle around its seismic station using the distance as its radius. Why circle? We know that the earthquake's epicenter, but we don't know where this is or the direction. To avoid confusion, we will draw a circle with a radius that shows that the epicenter is around the point. How to use an improvised geometric compass using string. Step 1. Tie a piece of string below down around a pencil. Hold the string the length of the radius away from the pencil with your finger. Step 2. Hold the string down against the paper where you want the center of the circle to be. Draw around the center while keeping the string tight and the pencil upright. Step 7. And the last step, the intersection point of the three circles is the earthquake epicenter. So here the epicenter is at Masbate.
Okay, so let's proceed. You have to show the Philippine map. Let me see the Philippine map, guys. Your materials for the activity number 2, which is the ruler, the compass. Show income, please. Okay, very good. So here is the guide question you will answer later. And you will explain your answer using a roulette spin wheel of luck. It will choose who will recite, show his or her answer in locating the epicenter using the triangulation method. So you will raise your reaction like if you agree and dislike if you disagree to the presenter answer. Okay, let's start. You have 5 minutes to do the activity. If you're done, you have to type done. If you're done with the task or if you're done in the activity, you have to type done in the chat box. Yes, Erika, very good. Christian, Raymond, Nathan, Lorraine. Okay, so now, let's have number 1. Where is the location of the earthquake? And explain. So who is the lucky student who will explain her answer for number 1? Yes, Angel. Angel?
The true seismic station is South Caloocan, Marikina, and Muntinlupa. South Caloocan with a distance of 4.1 cm, Marikina has 4.0 cm, and Muntinlupa has 2.6 cm. As you see, those three circles intersect in Taguig. So our epicenter is at Taguig.
Okay. Can you please show me your hand? Are you agree or disagree? Agree to the answer of Angel or disagree? Okay, very good. Let's check the answer of Angel. The answer is Taguig. Good job, Angel. Let's have number 2 question. What do you call the method that you use to locate the earthquake epicenter? And who is the lucky student who will answer number 2 question? Yes, Franz?
Triangulation method po.
Okay. Triangulation method based from the answer of Franz. May I know or can you please show me your reaction? Like or dislike? Agree or disagree? Okay, very good, guys. And triangulation is the correct answer here and Franz is correct. Okay, very good, guys. Let's have number 3 question. What do you call the location of the earthquake that you have identified using triangulation methods? And who is the lucky student who will answer question number 3? Yes, Raymond? What is your answer for number 3? Okay, epicenter. Agree or disagree? Okay, very good. The correct answer here is epicenter. Very good, Raymond. Let's have number 4 question. What is the importance of determining the location of the earthquake epicenter? So who is the lucky student to answer number 4 question? Yes, Heart? Heart? Yes,
The
Heart?
most important why we need to determine the epicenter so that the fault that ruptures causing the earthquake can be identified.
Okay, are you agree to her answer or disagree? Agree or disagree? Okay, very good guys. Agree. Okay, so actually, NDRRMC means National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council. So for the NDRRMC, to easily respond to the situation and to avoid going to places where possible aftershock will occur. Okay, now let's summarize what you have learned by answering the following question based on our objectives. Okay, for the first objective is we have to describe what is an earthquake epicenter. Volunteer for number 1?
Kalilorio po, ma'am.
Yes, Colilorio.
The epicenter po is the place on Earth's surface that's located exactly above the focus.
Okay, very good, Jelaine, Colilorio. Okay, when we say epicenter, that is the point on the Earth's surface directly above the focus. Okay, let's have number 2 question. What is triangulation method in locating epicenter of earthquake? Volunteer, name please.
Orbiscondo po, ma'am.
Yes, Orbiscondo Chan. Answer?
The triangulation method is used to find the epicenter of the earthquake.
Okay, very good, Chan. So, scientists use triangulation method to find the epicenter of an earthquake. Triangulation is a way of determining something's location using the location of other things. It is used by geologists to find the location of earthquakes. And for objective number 3, you have or how to locate the epicenter of an earthquake using the triangulation method. Volunteer, name please.
Asteria po.
Yes, Rain.
We use the 3 seismometer, the centers of three different circles.
Okay, actually, triangulation, very good, Rain. And triangulation is we uses the 3 seismometers as center of 3 different circles. Each circle has a radius that matches the distance measurement from the seismometer to the epicenter by drawing 3 circles, each around a seismometer, and the point where the circles intersect is what we call the epicenter of the earthquake. Actually, it uses math to find the earthquake epicenter. So the integration here in our topic is in your math subject. Okay, let's have number 4 question. And the last objective. What is or are the importance of locating the epicenter of an earthquake? Any volunteer?
Samson po, ma'am.
Yes, Samson.
It provides important data in identifying areas which are prone to earthquake po.
Okay, actually the importance, very good, Samson. Actually the importance of locating the epicenter of an earthquake is locating the earthquake epicenter. It's provide important data in identifying areas which are prone to earthquake so that necessary precaution will be taken to prevent loss of life and other casualties. And you have to know also your responsibility of being prepared before, during, and after earthquake or any disaster. So question, guys. If you have a question, you have to type your question in the chat box. If none, you have to type none in the chat box. Any question, guys? None. Okay. Take a quiz. You have to answer the 5-item multiple choice using the Socrative.com, and the code again is Evangelista6727. So let's go to the Socrative.com. Okay, for question number 1, seismic waves are waves of energy that travel through Earth's layers and are a result of earthquakes. And what is the point within the Earth where seismic waves originated? That is question number 1. Let's have question number 2. For question number 2, each seismic station in the network measures the movement of the ground at the site. How many seismic stations are needed to locate an earthquake? And now, let's proceed with number 3 question. Okay, for number 3 question, seismic waves may travel either along or near the Earth's surface and or through the Earth's interior. Which type of seismic wave is recorded first in a seismic station? Okay, let's have number 4 question. For number 4, what is needed to determine the distance of the epicenter from a seismic station? This number will be used to tell you how far your seismograph is from the epicenter of the earthquake. And now let's proceed with question number 5. For number 5 question, scientists use triangulation to find the epicenter of an earthquake. What is needed to determine the epicenter of an earthquake? Okay, let's check your answer. Let's check your scores.
For number 1, 90% got the correct answer. For number 2, 3, 4, and 5, 87% got the correct answer. Very good, guys.
What is the correct answer in each question? Let's have number 1. What is the answer for number 1? Name please, volunteer.
Makibulan.
Yes, Makibulan. What's your answer for number 1?
D. Focus.
D. Focus is correct, guys. The answer for number 1 is D. Focus. Let's have number 2. Volunteer name please.
Tungpalan po, ma'am.
Yes, Tangpalan.
Letter C po.
Letter C. Let's check. That's correct. Letter C. Let's have number 3.
Million po, ma'am.
Milan. Yes, Milan. What's your answer for number 3?
P-wave po.
Letter B. P-wave. Let's check. That is correct. Good job na. Let's have number 4. Name please.
Lorenzana po.
Yes, Lorenzana. What's your answer for number 4?
Letter B po.
Letter B. The difference in the arrival time of P wave and S wave. Let's check. Okay, it's checked. Good job na. That's letter B. Let's have number 5. Volunteer. Name please.
Tika po.
Tika. Yes, Tika.
D po.
D. The distance of the epicenter from 3 different seismic stations. Yes, that is correct. We have here another game to practice the topic of triangulation method in locating the earthquake epicenter. So, this is race to be the first. You have to go now to the gymkit.com. Okay, again, you have to go to the gymkit, gimkit.com, and you have to type the code 885521. Okay, let's start the game. Hidden player, Franz Corporal. Okay, the leading player is Christian Reyes. And third place, Lane. Second place, Raymond Latena. And the first place is Christian Reyes. So, Christian Reyes, you have 10 points in the recitation. Any question, guys? If you have a question, you have to type in the chat box. If none, you have to type none in the chat box. Thank you. And see you next week.
I hope you enjoy and learn something today. I'm your teacher Eileen. Till next time. Bye.